Hi, my name's Steve Livingston from IP Tax Solutions. We're just after the budget, which was yesterday on March the 19th, and the R&D tax credits improved as part of the budget announcement there. I'm getting a few questions from people about what those changes actually mean. So in essence, R&D tax credits have been around since 2000, certainly for SMEs, and the SME scheme is the one that's seen the improvements announced. And I just wanted to run through what it actually means because they basically just got better. So where were we? As things stand, SMEs can claim a tax credit repayment from HMRC. That's when they're in a loss-making position. So where they have a current year loss, they've enhanced their loss under R&D, and what they can elect to do is surrender that loss for a tax repayment. I say repayment, actually be a payment. Under the current rules, they don't need to have paid any pay-as-you-earn or any other taxes at this stage, which is great for early stage companies and can be an important source of funding for them, especially during this development phase. The current rate of enhancement for R&D for SMEs is 225%, and the effective rate of payment under a tax credit position where they surrender that loss is 11% of that enhanced amount. So what does that actually mean? We have to run through some numbers. It makes it a lot easier to understand. Assume you've got a loss in the year development phase of £50,000, and within that £50,000 is expenditure on R&D, so that's typically salaries of people involved. There are other categories, but that's going to be the main one for most companies. We enhance that £50,000 by the 225%, so there's a further uplift in that cost, so 112,500. And then we already have that £50,000 in the loss, so we have an R&D tax adjustment here of 62,500. This is purely for tax, doesn't impact on the accounts as such. It's almost like a notional amount to get to the right figure for tax. So we have a revised loss before tax of £112,500. What the company could do, it could elect to carry that forward, or it could elect to surrender it in return for a tax credit payment. The 11% is applied, and here we can see it's £12,375 cash that it can get back. The process is usually pretty efficient. Ordinarily, HMRC come back within about 30 days with a yes or any questions, and the payment is made back to the company. So it's a really, really generous scheme. As I say, it gets even better. Just another way of looking at this is how you can measure the impact and the benefit in terms of the costs. We're oversimplifying slightly here, but broadly, as we just showed there, an enhanced tax loss of £112,500 at 11% is £12,375 cash payment. Or another way of looking at it is, of the qualifying spend, it's 24.75%. Gives you that tax credit payment. So our £50,000 example here at 24.75% is 12,375, that same figure. So what's changed? Well, what was announced on the budget in March was that the tax credit receivable amount will go up from 11% to 14.5%, and that's for expenditure incurred on or after the 1st of April 2014. So that basically means more funding available to SMEs in this development phase, which is great news. And again, let's run through the numbers. The first half is exactly the same, nothing's changed. So here we use the example of £50,000 loss. There's R&D qualifying spend we assume here of £50,000, the same enhancement of 225%. So it's the same revised loss position of 112,500, but this time we're applying a 14.5% rate, which gives us £16,313. So exactly the same calculations up until that last stage in terms of the actual tax payable amount and the tax credit election. And again, how that equates in terms of looking at the benefit. 112,500 at 14.5% is 16,313, as we've just shown. Or looking another way, it's actually 32.625%. So the government is effectively funding 33 or a third of the expenditure via this tax R&D tax credit. So in terms of the impact here, so for each £100,000 of qualifying spend, there's an additional tax credit receivable of £7,875 from the current position. So if you're not already looking at R&D for your company, which can apply across pretty much all companies, any company that's looking to solve some sort of technical uncertainty, solving some sort of problems and advancing technological knowledge in the process, could be making a claim here. It makes it even more important than ever to make sure you're maximising the available costs and spend to make sure that you can maximise your claim, especially given that this rate has gone up in terms of the tax credit amount. So you may want to seek specialist help. You can get in touch with us. My name's Steve Livingston. My contact details are there. So hopefully that's useful. That summarises the budget changes in March 2014. Thanks for watching.